Terry, before we get started, I got to say yesterday was a sad day for me. Not because we didn't win the first leg of the Pick Four, and not because the 3P parlay is turning out to be a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be.
Yeah, they are.
Despite the fact that I won my last two legs and finished third in the first leg. But I grew up, I think I was like 10 or 11 years old. The first record I bought with my own money in my life was the Rolling Stones' Some Girls. And to hear yesterday that Charlie Watts passed away was in a lot of ways very sad for me, because it's, a lot of my childhood kind of musical tastes, a lot of the people, Eddie Van Halen, Charlie Watts, others are passing away. Marvin Hagler, a great fighter. A lot of the people that I really, I don't say idolized, but looked up to in some respects, or at least was very entertained by, are passing away now. And in each one that goes by is just a sad reminder of how fast the clock goes by. And, in the end, this is all fun horse racing for sure. So, that did make me sad yesterday.
Yeah, I was sad about it. My daughter actually cried over it. So,
did she?
She loved that band. And she was planning on seeing them this year when they came. They were going to do a tour.
Well, they're still doing the tour. I haven't read that they canceled their tour because Charlie Watts had excused himself from the tour. Tom Scarlett says yes, he loves the Stones and loves Marvin Hagler, so he knows where I'm coming from. But I actually saw the Rolling Stones, I think, about 7 times, 8 times, probably the band I've seen the most in my life. Like I said, the first record I bought, I can remember the Some Girls album, just playing it over and over and over again. And my mother in the background, and it happens to be her birthday today. Happy birthday, Mom. My mother yelling in the background, "Would you turn that bleep down?" So, to this day, it's unfortunate too, because I wish a lot of times these folks would leave politics out, because it sometimes can ruin the experience for me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But in any case, let's get back to horse racing, and God bless you. May your soul rest in peace, Charlie Watts. Thank you for entertaining me for all those years. Let's get to horse racing. Yesterday, as I mentioned, we didn't have our best day yesterday, unfortunately. we did win the Pick 3 afterwards, for sure.
Yes, we did.
But going beyond that, let's get started with the headlines today. A little bit of a stutter there for me this morning. They're going to have a handicapping contest, I guess, out in Las Vegas this weekend. Are you familiar with that, Terry?
I am, yes. I am not very – I don't care for it, and let me tell you why. They base it on $2 bets for win, and then whoever gets the most accumulated dollars wins the tournament. Well, way back when, I was in a tournament in Reno, Nevada at the MGM Grand, and it was the World Handicapping Tournament. They no longer exist, and they did the same thing. And what tends to happen to me is that there are a lot of players that do no handicapping. All they do is pick the longest shot on the board or next to the longest shot on the board. And, when I did the one in Reno, I ended up in 11th place out of 550 people. Everybody above me only had 2 winners or 1 or 2 winners, and they were long shots. I had several winners, but of course mine weren't all long shots. So I think it's better if it's based on points rather than based on cash.
Kind of like how we do our handicapping contests at Horse Racing Radar. Personally, I think there should be a mix between points, and because there is value in picking long shots, I think, and there has to be a mix. So I think maybe what they could do, Terry, is they could take your winnings, right, and then multiply it by your win rate. So if you won $100, but you only bet you bet 10, let's say you bet 20 times, then you would divide it 1 by 20, only 5%. So you would only get a 5% of that. So you would get a $5 credit instead of the $100 credit. Whereas the other person who maybe won $500, but you know what I'm saying, but did it across a bunch of different tickets, would end up being a better way.
Yeah.
He says, why can't you roll your bankroll and have one for future bets, and why can't you bet more than $2 per race? Those are the rules. It says right here, it says the 3-day NHC requires players to make mythical $2 win and place wagers on 8 mandatory races and 10 optional races each of the first 2 days. The top 10% of players achieving the highest bankroll at the conclusion of the first 2 days advance to Sunday morning semifinal round that has 10 players. So then they're going to compete for $800,000 for the winner. So I understand where Terry's coming from. I do feel like there should be some, and I don't think it's that hard to formulate a point system where what you do basically is you take the odds and the potential payout. I've actually done this before, and you calculate the number of points you're going to get for whichever horse you pick based upon the morning line odds.
Yeah, and I think that would be a fair way, because I'm sure if you look at what the players, maybe not all of them, but most of them that are in the top 10%, if you look at what they played, you'll find out that they played almost the longest shot on the board or second longest shot on the board every single race. And
they hope that one hits. Uh-huh.
That's right. And they didn't handicap that. Now, there might be some in there that did some handicapping, and they'll have maybe a horse that pays $8 and then another one pays $45. And, they probably did handicap that $45 winner, but they also don't have as much of a chance as the people that do that. And
I think that is kind of wrong. I do think you shouldn't get one. You shouldn't be down to your last $2 and then bet the 99-1 shot, and that's the only one you hit, and you didn't handicap it. You just bet it because it's your only chance to maybe get back into the top 10, and then it comes in for you. So that's kind of like a betting for you're trying to hit a straight, and you need the card in the middle when you're playing poker on the last card, and you're too drunk to know you're supposed to fold.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So anyway.
Yeah, that's unfortunate how that goes. But I would like to enter one day because I feel like I can match up my skills against most anybody. I mean, it's horse racing. Some days you're gonna win, and some days you're gonna lose. I would just hope that while I'm there, those are the days I actually did handicap the 99-1.
Yeah, you have to pre-qualify for this by going races before this, where you go through contest to get to there. So there is some pre-qualifications to it, and I've done that before. I've never got into this main thing here, but
well, it looks like if you want to do it, you got to become a member at ntra.com.
You do.
We're not in any way, shape, or form affiliated with it, so it's not a promotion or anything along those lines. I just thought if it might be something horse players might like to try. I would like to try it one day and see where I can stack up and get in. It's like $50 or something to join, between 50 and 100. If you put 100 in, like half of it I think goes to charity, and the 50 goes to your entry along those lines. So if it's something you're interested in, go to ntra.com. They normally do it in the winter, so not in the summer like they're doing it now. But last year's, I guess, was delayed because of COVID. So maybe they're going to have another one in 6 months. I don't know what the forward schedule is.
Yeah, I have no idea. And so you can actually, in some of the contests before, win money. So there's possibility. Of course, it costs money to get in them, but you can win money in those. And I've still got some money in that account. So
yeah, maybe you should enter it, Terry.
Maybe I should.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Medina Spirit making a comeback, Terry. Do you feel like that trainer Bob Baffert's trying to rehabilitate Medina Spirit's legacy here, or what do you feel like's happening?
Yeah, I think he's trying to show that this horse can run well without any kind of drugs or anything like that. Yeah. So, and I think that's what he's trying to do. So, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how Medina Spirit runs. So,
yeah, it's not running, I think, in like one of the highest quality races on the weekend. I think they're going to run it in a what is it? I forget the name of the race on Sunday at Delaware.
Yeah.
And when you look at the workouts, apparently the horse has been working out exceptionally well. So maybe Medina Spirit is ready to come back, no accidental knee rubs, and be on its way to the winner's circle again.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Terry, how did your best bet do yesterday?
Not great. My first pick, Allure and Rumba at Colonial Downs in the third, ran out of the money, which was really surprising to me because I thought that horse was pretty much of a lock. And then my second horse, Beach House, was scratched. And my third horse, Sitka, ran second, paid $240 and $220. So hopefully today I'll have a better day. My picks today are at Saratoga in the 9th race. I like number 3, Sham Rocket. Has been very consistent and has shown that he can hold his own with some of the better horses. And he is having a good year, finishing 88% of the time in the money, winning 18% of those races. And then number 4, A Journey to Freedom, won his last race at 1.5 miles at Saratoga. So 1 mile and 5/8 shouldn't be something he could do. He has trainer Michael Maker and jockey Tyler Claffion, who are very a formidable combination. And then I like number 8, Serve the King. He's having a good career, finishing 62% of the time in the money, winning 38% of those races. And in his last race, he closed to finish 4th in a grade 1 race that was 1 mile and 3/8. And now I think stretching out will only help.
Well, we're going to get back to this Sham Rocket in your Journey to Freedom in just about 2 seconds, Terry.
Okay.
Because that's something that came up on both of our 3D parlays. So, well, it's going to have to go 1-2 if either one, for both of us to have a chance to win, because I went ahead on my 3D parlay. You'll see I have, well, let me take this out of here. Your best bet. My 3D parlay, I have in race number 9, A Journey to Freedom, and you have Sham Rocket in race number 9. So I tried to line these up in order of post time. Mine are easy because it's Saratoga race 4, 7, and 9. So we know what time they're going to run. Finger Lakes is Terry's first one, race number 4, the 4. Hey, Red, Saratoga race number 9. As I mentioned, Terry's got Sham Rocket. I got A Journey to Freedom. Hopefully they go ice cold exacta.
1-2.
With, of course, with A Journey to Freedom on top. That's the way it should be. and then the next one is, for me, the first. I'm starting it off in Saratoga race 8 with Awesome Indra. Saratoga race 7, the 5, Binkster. So we're yet to hit one of these, even though I have 3 winners in 6 picks so far and haven't cashed one of these tickets.
Yeah, me too.
Sad. 50% hit rate.
Yeah, I've done pretty well too, but I haven't cashed anything. So,
yeah, it's pretty. I mean, you maybe just play our picks to win standalone and don't do the parlay press, right?
Could be,
or at least single them with 50% winners. That's a pretty solid ratio.
Yeah, or you could drop it to.
All right, Terry. Today's pick. What's that?
I was going to say you could drop it to show parlay, and then we would have done very well. So,
yeah, yesterday would have hit
at least
that
better.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So today we're going to go to Delaware Park, and we were both excited because we figured we're finally going to catch a day where there's not a lot of rain. It was supposed to be in the 90s, sunny, and then I get an email from Terry about an hour and a half before the races. I'm sorry, they're scratching everything over there today. So it should be pretty easy to run through this one today, Terry. What do you think? I don't even think we should be like maxing out our budget. I think we should be going pretty cheap here because there's not a lot of race. I think we could all every leg and stay under $100.
Yeah, you probably almost could. Yeah.
So we can't do that. That would be unfair.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and start from the beginning. There's no need to do any sort of ticket strategy today because I think these races are pretty straightforward. Race number 5. Who do you like first?
I like number 8, One Slick Start. He ran second at 6 furlongs in his last race, and now tries 1 mile and 16th on the turf. The trainer wins 18% of the races when bringing a horse to the turf for the first time. And he has a very good hot jockey combination. In the last 14 days, they've won 5 out of 16 and ran second 4 times.
Well, this one's very easy for me, Terry, because the 8 horse, when I do my pace rankings, is the best early pace, best late pace. So I agree with you on the 8. The other horse that I have in here is the number 6 horse, Playman, top last race speed figure, was claimed. Jamie Ness hits at 28% following a claim. The horse should do pretty well, and since it's moved into Jamie Ness's barn, horse has 2 consecutive bullets, so I call that the bullet and go, and that's what we're going to get from the 6 horse today, a bullet and go. I have a feeling that you don't disagree with me.
I do not. 6 is my second choice. He has the highest last race speed rating. As you said, he's got 2 bullet works, and he won his last race at Delaware.
And the only other horse to me in this spot is the one horse, maybe, because when I look at it, it has the next best combination because of all the scratches of early pace and late pace. I don't know if you want to go 3 deep here, but I think we can go ahead and throw the one horse in just in case it gets off this Poltiera, just in case the horse gets off to a fast start, stays out in front, and doesn't give it up.
Yeah, it's fine with me. The trainer's been really hot in the last 14 days. He's won 2 out of 4 and ran 1/3. So, yeah.
Do you think we need to go any deeper?
No.
Yeah, me either. So race number 6, Terry. Again, I think this is I think there's probably 2 horses, maybe 3 horses in this.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the race. It's 5.5 furlongs on the dirt. It's a sprint, so you got to have some fast horses. The fastest horses, a lot of them scratched. That leaves I think it's between the 6 to 1 and the 3. The 3 horse, you got Show 'em Who's Boss. Daniel Santero is the number 3 jockey at the distance and the surface. I feel like that's my top pick. The 3 horse should be close to the front, should have some good late pace. That's where I'm starting my ticket.
Yeah, number 3 is my top pick also. Won his first race at Delaware easily, and has that hot. She has the hot jockey Daniel Centeno and a high percentage trainer Andrew Senmoff. So yeah.
All right. So the next horse on my list is the 1 or the 6. Terry, do you like either one?
I do. I like the 6, my second choice. She ran second at 5.5 furlongs at Delaware and received the highest speed rating at that distance. She has a hot jockey trainer combo who in the last 14 days have won 5 out of 16 in 4 seconds.
So the 6 probably would have moved up my list today too, because with the scratches, the way the race is going to break out, the 6 is probably going to get to the front, and it's a short race, and the 6 is probably going to be able to hang on because it does have it has the best late legs that are left. I just figured early on, looking at it, it might get pressured by a few horses that would get in front of it, and neither one of those horses are in the race. So 6 could get off to an early lead and maybe not even look back. That leaves the 1 horse, Terry, My Boss, who is the race favorite, at least the morning line favorite.
Yeah.
Raced twice at Delaware, has a win. Last time out, smoked them in the maiden claiming with the highest last race speed figure. I'm not afraid. This is the only case where I'm not afraid to take a maiden horse moving up in class, and in this case, a low-level, non-graded stakes race for 50 grand. I am not afraid to move up at that if the horse is only raced 1 or 2 times and is coming off one of the best speed figures, and this one posted the highest last race speed figure.
Yeah, and he's my third choice. I agree with everything you just said. So yeah.
So far, I think we've all every race. Anything else you want to put in there?
No, that's all I need for that.
All right. So race number 7, Terry. Again, I think there's 2 horses in here, in my opinion. I like number 7 is Don't Change It. This is a longer race, 7.5 furlongs. You have a horse that was beaten as the favorite last time. The trainer, Michael Gorman, rebounds back at about 27%, 26% with beaten favorites. Top last race speed figure, just got beat by a neck. It has the number 1 late pace figure. So I figure this race will favor horses that come a little bit from more off the pace than the ones that are on the front.
Yeah, I agree with you. Number 7 is my top choice too. And as you said, she has the last race speed rating was highest and ran second versus similar horses, but was on the dirt, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I like number 7.
Anything else in here for you, Terry?
Not really. I mean, I looked at the 6. It won the 2 races ago at won a race at a mile, and I don't know, kind of
no sniveling. Yep, at Colonial.
No,
wrong race.
Yeah,
no, race number 7. You said the 6 horse, right?
Yeah, the 6 horse. Yeah, he didn't show very much when he ran at Colonial Downs the other time. It was at another racetrack that he won the first. Yeah, he's 3 out of 19. And then the other horse that I looked at was number 10, Hetty Jean. She's finished. The only reason I kind of like she's finished 6 times in the money out of 13 times this year. So
So for me, the only horse I think I would want to put in here is because the field shape is different. Again, I like to go through what the track bias looks like, and then from there, do my handicapping, and then kind of re-rank them according to bias fit. And the 3 horse is going to be the speed horse in this spot, and every other speed horse scratched.
Yeah.
So Sun Drenched has a good chance, I think, to get to the front and really not have a whole lot of competition, because a lot of the horses that have better closing numbers than Sun Drenched are going to be out of this race too. So I feel like Sun Drenched can get to the lead and do so without really putting up crazy fast fractions, and could steal this race. It might not be the best horse, but might get the best trip.
Yeah, I agree with you there. It's got the best turf speed, is the fastest among today's starters, and the hot jockey who in the last 7 days have been in the money 11 out of 15 times, winning 5 of those times. So
yeah, except they're running on dirt. So
well, that's true.
Still ran well on dirt. I think still can get to the front. Any other horses, or you want to leave it at that?
No, that's fine with me. That 7 and 3 is fine.
All right. So the last leg, where do you want to start?
Okay, I like
this one. There's only one scratch, and it was the first time starter that I think was a non-event anyway.
Yeah. I like 5 Rogue Rage. He has been knocking at the door, running 2nd and 3rd in his last 5 races. He has the highest last speed rating and the best dirt speed among today's starters.
All right. I agree with you. I think this is the one that could be, well, it's a closer. This is just a 1 mile. There's a slight speed advantage. But it also looks to me like you want outside post instead of inside post. So the 5 is the second most outwardly post. I think the 5 is going to be coming from the back end of the field. So if closers work, the 5 is going to win. On the other hand, if speed is going to work, that makes my first pick. That's 6 Made Journey. I think Made Journey can get to the lead and never give it up. Has the best early pace figures and some of the second or third best late pace figures. So I feel like the 6 horse Made Journey can get to the front, stay in the front, and have the legs necessary to bring her home.
Yeah, I like the horse. My 4th pick. He's trying mile for the first time after running 2nd at 6 furlongs, and he also has a really good trainer jockey combination.
Anything else?
The 1, Iron Pearls. He's back to a distance he was last competitive at, finishing 2nd, and he's dropping in class today. He has jockey Carol Cedeno.
Yep.
Yeah, who in the last 7 days have done really well. He's won 5 out of 15 races. So.
Yeah, one of the better jockeys at Delaware Park. Yeah. So the question is, Terry, do you want to go any deeper? I think considering the shallowness of the fields today, Terry, that this is another one of those cases. If it goes wrong against us, we could end up winning but losing at the same time. So I feel like where we are now, $27, I think that's where we're at, right? Yep.
Yeah.
That's probably about where we should keep it.
I think so, yeah. I agree.
All right. So race 5, we're going 3 deep, 8-6-1. Race 6, 3-6-1. Race 7, 7-3. And race 8, 5-6-1. And, of course, hoping all across the way that the horses with the biggest odds manage to come home first. That's always what we're hoping for. But, what's lately happening is we're getting beat on the first leg and then winning the next 3. So maybe you play the pick 3 at the end, and I don't know. But I think I feel good about today's prospects, Terry.
Yeah, it looks a little easier today than it was yesterday. So,
well, those are the words of death. Easy in horse racing.
I know. Nothing's easy in horse racing
or life.
That's true.
All right, here's Terry's hot dog pick 4 and my pick 4. They're not a whole lot different. Terry has the 6 and the 8 in leg number 1, and 1, 3, and 6. So that's exactly the same in race number 6. He's got the 6, 7. We have in the fly 4, we have the 7 and the 3. And then Terry ends it with the 1, 3, and 5, whereas we have the 1, 5, and 6. So if you wanted to make sure your ticket's a little bit deeper, you might consider putting Terry's 3 horse in the last leg in race number 8. And you might consider the 6 horse in race number 7. For me, I have race 1, 6, and 8. That looks a lot like my ticket. The 1 and the 3, that looks like my ticket. The 3 and the 7 looks like my ticket. And the 1, 5, and 6 looks like my ticket. So both of us only spent $18. Terry, here's to all 3 of them coming home today winners. So tomorrow we can talk about how we had 3 winners that paid a combined Maybe $100.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah, any profit is a profit, right?
That's right.
So
Is that what it
tomorrow,
said?
hopefully, we won't run into any of these scratching issues because we're
No.
going to do which track?
Delmar.
Delmar, yes, indeed. And then, of course, tomorrow we're going to have our Player's Edge podcast. Still working on a guest. So if anybody at Saratoga wants to come on, reach out to me at gtsrichb@gmail.com or hit us up on Twitter or Facebook at Racing Radar. And if you're watching and you haven't done it yet, Terry, what are they supposed to do?
They're supposed to, don't forget to subscribe to your YouTube, follow us on Twitter at Racing Radar, and like us on Facebook at Racing Radar.
Fantastic. Terry, it's been a fun show today. I look forward to tomorrow and our Delmar Pick 4 and whatever headlines make it out to there. If there's anything you want us to talk about, stories you want our take on, send it to me again. Hit us up in the email at gtsrichb@gmail.com. We're on, as Terry mentioned, our social sites. We're working on some other things right now where we might have some guests come on the show for a couple of minutes for us to just talk to them. Some jockeys, some trainers and stuff like that might be joining us during the news section. So we're trying to build it out. And if there's any suggestions that you have that you would like to see us do, again, you know how to get in touch with us. Let us know. I mean, it's a community, and the community's input is important to us because by you telling us what you want, we can bring to you what you want, which makes it, I think, overall a better show. The old saying, 2 heads are better than 1.
That's true.
Well, in this case, that's making hundreds of heads.
Okay.
All right, folks, that wraps it up for today. As always, we hope that all of your tickets are winners and that we will catch you in the winner's circle. Jay Marcos, of course.
Yep.